Alright. That should be better. Alright. Okay. So, I figured it'd be slightly comical if I started the stream as I untangled this cable. So, my Blue Yeti microphone plugs in with the mini USB cable. And I had bought a copy of Katamari the other day from work, and I wanted to play it. So I didn't have a charging cable for my PS3 controller, so I stole the cable from my microphone. So I spent like the last 10 minutes trying to find the cable without realizing that it was plugged in to my PS3. So yeah, so basically my PS3 controller is the reason why I didn't have a microphone for the first minute of this stream. And there's a fly right there. So yeah, don't blame me, blame Sony. This almost matches, but not quite. This is like a darker blue. This is like more of a powder blue. This controller sat dead for like 2 years. I'm surprised the battery still has charge. But it does. So, fucking Sony, yeah. So to their credit, the battery in this has not crapped the bed yet, although I've seen it a lot on these PS3 controllers. Somehow this one's still good. But, because it's genuine Sony, so it's a number of years old. It's at least a decade old at this point, at a minimum. So, I wonder if there's a date code on the back of this. I don't think so. No, probably not. Nope. Anyways, so how is everybody on this wonderful Wednesday? Hopefully good. I'd like to think so. I don't know where to put this now. So there's that. And then I guess while people tell me their stories, I'll pick up random things off my desk. Here's a Pepsi with real sugar. Here's a watch. Here's a pair of nail clippers. Here's some Apple Jacks. Here's a hard drive. Here's Windows 8. Here's a tablet. Pretty. It's a tablet. I need to review this thing. This thing just turned a decade old this year. Look at that. Windows 8.1. RT. It's very useless nowadays, unfortunately, which sucks. Internet Explorer. Ooh, flippy. Press the button. It does the flippies. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. Because I really do still like this tablet, but can't really use it for much. But to be fair, you know, it's about as usable as an iPad 2, which is pretty much the same age. Actually, no, it's a couple years. iPad Pro's better. Well, yeah, an iPad Pro's like a decade newer, so yeah, that's... What a surprise. Passed my license test, and I was really happy about it. Well, that's awesome, Marco. I'm proud of you. Where's Rocco? Rocco is somewhere. Probably being a nuisance. Getting a DC-14 full kit on Saturday. That's good. That's definitely a good machine. I'm getting a 14 complete sometime soon, along with a DC-21 from the same person. I also have a Bissell PowerForce Model 3525 on the way. Rocco being Rocco, yes. And coincidentally enough, I've got my 352-5 sitting right here. Not because I was using it, but because I was about to... I got Burger King earlier. But because I was about to do a video on it. For some reason, there's some deep gouges on the front of it, and I don't recall those being there. I wonder who's to blame for that. So there's some deep scuffs. You can't really see that on camera, but there's some deep scratches on my Power Force. Now, granted, this isn't the original base for this machine anyways, so it's not like it's original. But this is the machine I've had the longest. I've had this since 2008, which means that I have had this machine, which means that more of my life has existed where I've owned this machine than not, which is kind of crazy to say, because I've had this machine since I was 8, 9 years old. Well, no, if it's 2000, was it 2008 or 2009? I can't remember. If I don't remember, I just say the earlier date, because that's probably more likely. But yes, so that's interesting. Well, maybe it's not, but I think, yeah, Tiger. Or Tigger. I know so many people will call their orange cats Tigger, like Tiger, but without the I being pronounced. But yeah, his name's Rocco. He's a sweetheart. He's a menace. He's a nuisance, but I love him. He is a very... He has no brain cell, but I will still protect him with all my life for some reason. It's weird how that works. But anyways, do you remember the Bissell Model 6583? Of course I do. Why would I not? But yes, I'm going to polish and wax my 6579-1 as soon as I pick it up and bring it home. Oh, nice. Rocco being a goober. He's such a goober. He's a goober. Let me go find the friggin' goober. Where's the goober? Where is the goober? Where's the goober? Can't find the goober. I actually can't find him. Which, generally, when you can't find him, means he's sleeping underneath the couch. Rika is sleeping on the little table that's underneath the Dyson V8. So, yeah. I'm going to buy the S21 off back market. Usually I buy Apple. But the Tennis Max is more than the S21. Ridiculous. Yeah, it's crazy. 3525 lovers in the chat, I see. Yep. Yeah, I'm getting that from Vacuum Info, I want to say. I think that's his name. I'm always getting these names mixed up for some reason. So yes, you should go subscribe. I want to make sure that's correct. I think that's correct. Is it Vacuum Info? I think it's Vacuum Info. I did just subscribe. I wish it showed subscriptions based off how recently you subscribed and not by alphabetically. It'd be better if I just looked it up. There's my laptop's in the way for some reason because it's open. Let's see, Vacuum. Just pretty much any channel at this point that has Vacuum in it, you might as well just go subscribe to it. Yeah, it is Vacuum Info. So go subscribe to Vacuum Info. Also subscribe to Dual Cyclonic. Dual Cyclonic is awesome. You should give him a shout. Also subscribe to Vacuum Lover 1. I don't think he likes me anymore, but nevertheless, subscribe to him anyways. There's I just realized his logo is literally just the Phantom logo with... I mean, I saw it was the Phantom logo, but I thought it was just the Phantom logo. It's literally his name in the Phantom logo. That's cool. So go subscribe to him, and I just realized the chat is not popped out, so I can't see the chat right now. Let me go back and pop it out. Pop out chat. That'll do the trick. Alright, how's Rocco Small? He is now double the size of what he was when we first got him, but he's still pretty small. He's at the point where you can still pick him up with one hand, but it's a bit of a struggle if you don't get him at just the right angle. So he's definitely growing pretty quickly. We have his appointment in the middle of August for him to get his shots, and then a couple weeks after that, he's going to get his balls cut off. Let's see. Just so YouTube is aware, I'm talking about a cat. I'm talking about neutering a cat, not anything crazy. But yes, he's going to get neutered, because we don't need any more kittens, and we do not need a male cat spraying. Not even close. So, that's cool. Please don't talk about the 3525, please. Okay. And then a comment right above it. Chance, I'm glad you bought the 3525. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you. I see a lot of hearts and other emojis coming up. Are people, like, sending those? Is there, like, a portal that I'm not seeing? But yeah, so I'm doing a lot of videos recently because I'm trying to get my revenue up because, I'll just be blunt, my car just broke down. Thankfully, I was able to get it repaired. I just got it back from the shop. I had to replace the rear brakes and the rotors. But thankfully, I have a credit card, so I was able to put it on my credit card. So now I just got to come up with the money to pay it off, the $300, like $400 for that. But hopefully, we should be good in that regard. So I'm not too worried about that. But I'll be getting a bunch of videos out because I'm going to try to keep the revenue going. Because we made a good amount in revenue last month. I want to keep the trend going. And so that way, especially because my rent just went up in price. Don't know why. This house is a shithole. But after renting this house for 2 years, it's now gone up $150. Because landlords are awesome. Yeah, this house with with unfunctioning AC, a dryer that doesn't properly vent outside, which is totally not a major fire hazard, a stove that we replaced ourselves, like, it's not good. But that being said, my rent has gone up. Why? I don't know. I haven't done anything to cause the rent to go up, but it's just gone up because, fuck me, that's why, apparently. So, I've paid rent a week and a half to 2 weeks early for the last 2 years, but apparently that's not enough. So expenses are getting expensive, and I'm not a fan of that. So another reason to shop budget. So I just reviewed I haven't posted it yet, but I just filmed the review for the new PowerForce Model 3313, so that will be going up very soon. I've got a number of videos going up. The next video should be, well, no, the next video tomorrow will be the liftoff. That's already been posted for channel members, but it'll be going public tomorrow. If you want to see that video right now, then consider becoming a channel member. If you want to wait till tomorrow, that's fine too. It'll go live tomorrow. And the PowerForce will go up likely 2 days afterwards. So that will be Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. So that should be going up on Saturday. Then afterwards, I also just filmed the maintenance guide for that, but I might push that off and put something in between so it's not too much Bissell. But there's a bunch of other machines I plan on reviewing, but it all depends on what you want to see next. I'm gonna do a couple reviews, and then I'm gonna go into another vacuum discussion topic because I'm trying to keep it relatively balanced. So let me know what machines you want to see next, as well as what topic discussion topics you want to see as well. And I'll be sure to film those with this microphone, not with my phone's microphone, because the most recent video I did discussing that didn't sound as good as I thought it would. So I'm probably just going to next time do it with this microphone if I remember to, because the quality is a lot better than the mic integrated into my cell phone. So that is that. My pet hair eraser motor 3920 just blew up. Oh, I'm sorry, TR. That's really bad. F in the chat for TR's 3920. Hey, chance I keep losing connections, might not be able to watch long. Hey, no worries. Chance I'm glad. Yeah, okay. Hey, yo. Hey, Bappo. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Good to see ya as well. Phantom. Chance, my name is Gabe Marker. I'm 12 years old, almost 13. I love vacuums and smoke alarms. Hey, welcome to the club. I've seen you a couple times in the chat before. Okay, Jario, we'll talk about something else now. I did subscribe to Vacuum for a while ago. It's good. You should subscribe to Dual Cyclonic as well. I will soon update the mentioned channels in the description, in the sidebar. Unfortunately, there's so many channels that I think are really good and deserve recognition, but there's just not enough. There actually is a limit to how many channels you can add. So I'm probably gonna remove a lot of the higher tier channels that people already know of already, and replace them with some of the smaller channels that need a bit more traffic. So none of those higher tier creators, and I say higher tier in terms of like subs and whatnot, none of those higher tier creators are actually watching right now. So hopefully there won't be any hard feelings if they do get booted from the list, but I'm trying to prioritize smaller creators getting the bump versus people that already have more subs or close to it than I do anyways. So I know PR is getting the boot probably, but I'm not sure who else. I'll have to try to make up some space because I want to promote some other people's channels. But again, if your channel doesn't end up in the if your channel doesn't appear on the recommended sidebar, no hard feelings. You know, I'm not trying to leave anybody out. It's just there's just too many to keep track of. So I'll do my best to keep everybody as many people as possible. There's smaller channels in the sidebar, but I'm not going to make any promises to anybody in particular because, you know, something's got to give. So, and I might try to rotate it as well. I wish there was a way where you could just have it auto rotate depending on like the day or something, but that's not an option, unfortunately. Orange, yes. The house you're renting is only $450 a month. Mine is $850, and it has mine's a three bedroom, 1 bath. It's $850 a month, and I only so even though the garage was included with my lease back whenever it was $700 the past 2 years, the landlord was using it for his personal storage. So now that he's finally stopped doing that, now I have to pay an extra $50 to cover his price for himself renting a storage unit, even though he doesn't even have a storage unit yet. And so I have to pay. So my rent went up $100, and in order to have access to the garage that I was supposed to have access to this entire time, I had to pay another $50. And I had just bought a brand new mower, so I'm not really going to leave it out in the elements on the back porch, especially when someone could just walk in and steal it. So I pretty much had no choice but to get the garage as well. And so, yeah, very strange. So I'm really disappointed in that, because I've really enjoyed my landlord up until this point. And, you know, I still have, obviously, respect for him and everything, for, you know, as a person and all that, and in general, because the few things we have had issues with, he's been pretty good at fixing. Usually takes him a while, but he's been pretty good at fixing it. I just don't understand why my rent had to go up, because I really have a hard time believing that he's paying, maybe I could be wrong, but I have a hard time believing that he's paying so much for this house that he needed to spike it on $150. When I'm already paying $700, but yeah. So, yeah, quite strange. Certified landlord moment, yeah. I mean, Boppo, you were one of the first people I told about it because it was when I got the news. So yeah, it's a little really disappointing because, yeah. Because frankly, I can't afford to move anywhere else, so I don't really have a choice, which is not good, because there are many other places that are a much better deal. There are even places I looked at recently that were the same price as my house used to be, but I specifically passed them up because they were the same price and they were only slightly better. And I thought, well, it's better, but it's not really worth the hassle of moving. And then I guess I'm paying the price for that. So I haven't signed a lease yet, but I'm obviously going to have to. I don't really have a choice. So anyways, so to get off that topic, Ultra MVP, I definitely need to do a video on that. I think I have 2 of those now, so I definitely need to do a video on those. Because one of them's in really bad shape, so I bought a second one, and I haven't even tried the second one yet. I don't know what's up with it. I really want a Bissell liftoff on the older liftoffs like the one you just got, the Revolution Pet, yeah. My birthday's in 5 more days. Happy early birthday! Is that vacuum info? Yes. Keep my wife's name out your freaking mouth. Yeah. Slap. Vacuum info doesn't let my comments appear for some reason on my main channel, LMAO. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Backup account, okay. How much would you want for liftoff you got? I'm honestly not sure how much I want for it because I haven't really thought about selling it yet because I actually do plan on keeping it at the moment at least. But if I decide to sell it at some point, then I'll post it and you'll see how much it is. What mower did you get? I got my local Walmart had that one battery powered Hart. It was on sale for $168, so I grabbed it. It was on clearance at my local Walmart for some reason. I don't know if they're making a new model or what, but I picked that up recently. I don't know much about it. I was really hesitant to get a battery-powered motor, but my fiance really wanted it, and so he's theoretically going to pay me back half of what I paid for it, so we essentially split it, but we'll see what happens. So I love the way you fix vacs and everything. Well, thank you. Guess what, Chance? I'm still getting a Troy built lawnmower with the bag. Okay. What was your first vacuum? That's hard to say. What was my first vacuum? I'm not sure. My first, well, because this is not my first vacuum. It's definitely the oldest one I have, but it's not the first one I got. I really don't know what the first one I got is. I'm pretty sure the first brand new vacuum I got was the Eureka Lightspeed. Not the Whirlwind Lightspeed, but the rebranded Maxima at the time. So I think that was my first new vacuum. As far as secondhand, I'm not sure. The first one that I ever bought myself was a Dyson DC-14 full kit. As far as the first one I've ever just straight up owned, I don't know. I really don't. I assume it was a Bissell Power Force bagless or something like that. Maybe a wind tunnel, whatever was common at the time. I'm sure that was probably my first vacuum. But I really can't remember. Wait, no. No, that's not right either. I was going to say Black & Decker Dirt Buster, but that's not right either. I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I'm going to start making videos again full time since the drama has died down some. Drama? Was there some drama? I just bought a new 2191U brand new in box, never will be opened. Yeah. I guess I should mention that too, since if you really want the current model, you better buy it because they're going to be gone. I don't know why you'd want the current model over the new one, because the new one is better. Well, actually, no. There is one reason why I can see, is if you only use it on carpet and you don't want that squeegee to drag. That's the only reason why you'd buy the old one over the new one for the same price. So you could probably also just rip the squeegee out of the base plate though, and get the same essentially work the same way. They're owned by TTI, hard is. I thought it was just the vacuum division that was. Are you selling a Phantom Fury? I am not at the moment. Shark is getting better IMO. That's couldn't be further from the truth. Shark is just getting worse and worse. Carter got a brand new powerful Helix. People are getting mad for some reason. I tried a new 30, but everyone's trying the new. They redesigned the Powerlifter. What? The bagged one, or the swivel? Of course, if I put it over here, this big stack of phone cases is in the way. Move that out of the way. We'll put those up there. There we go. Looks the same to me. The swivel. Another warranty claim? Do you think the 3313 Bissell is the same as 2191? Yes. It's the only difference is the squeegee. And that's about it. The design's a little bit updated. Of course, the head's like slightly changed. The bin gasket is a little bit better now. It seals a little bit better, so that's good. The dusting brush is no longer color matched, if you care about that. And that's really it. There's really no other changes. Oh yeah, I guess the bin is like slightly different. You can't there's this part. You can't remove the top piece for some reason. It's just built into the bin. I don't like that. It made it really hard to wash it out. But the actual filtration's a little bit better. I still recommend the turbo instead, but it's a little bit better. And it's also like a smoked out color, so the bin doesn't look as terrible after a short period of time. Although I kind of wish they would match it on the cleaner head as well, because it just looks weird, them not being the same tint. But whatever, it doesn't matter. There might be screws in the bin that would allow you to remove the top part of the bin. I didn't see any. Is the motor different? It sounds different. To my knowledge, it's the same. It might just be a variation from batch to batch. It sounds the same to me. Chance, you're definitely my favorite vacuum YouTuber in the community. Keep it up, man. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, they added a squeegee. That's great. Yeah, that's why they say new and that's the reason why it's new and improved. That's the only reason. I got a Phantom Fury LE, and I'm getting another surprise vacuum coming in 2 weeks. Nice. Usually I get vacuums for free and then sell them for more money, and also run my own businesses cleaning vacuums. I saved someone from dumping the Dyson because I deep cleaned it. Any suggestions? Any suggestions or way? I don't know if you're continuing that or what, or if that was supposed to be a different word. So, funnily enough, I've got a little mini story from today where I tried to. I was talking to a local customer, and they were initially going to buy a PowerForce Compact I had, but it was out of stock. I had sold it already, and I marked it as sold the second I sold it, but for some reason, Marketplace glitched and relisted it for sale, which is really friggin' frustrating. But anyways, so I had to tell them, sorry, this isn't available, but I do have other vacuums available. And she's like, oh, do you fix vacuums too? Because I've got a couple that need fixed. I'm like, yeah, of course. I've been fixing vacuums since 2005. And she's like, okay, so I've got a couple vacuums. I can, I usually travel in town to see family. Would I be able to drop them off to you, and maybe you could take a look at them and see what they need? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. So we work out a date, work out a time. I let her know, like, hey, my car's in the shop today, but I can definitely meet tomorrow. And at first she asked for my address, so then she's like, oh, what time? And I'm like, I'll let you know what time. We can figure out where to meet from there. And so I asked her, I was like, can we meet at, can we meet at CVS at this time? And she's like, oh, do you fix them at CVS? No. I didn't say that part, but that was kind of like my reaction. She's like, do you fix them at CVS? I'm like, well, no, of course not. I don't. CVS doesn't have a room where I can fix my vacuums. That doesn't make any sense. I was like, no. What I usually do is I'll usually take them back to my house. I'll take a look at them as soon as I get off work. I work during the day, but as soon as I get home, I'll take a look at them, and I'll let you know. It doesn't take me very long to diagnose them, and I don't charge anything to diagnose them. and I can take a look at them, and I can message you as soon as I figure out what's wrong with them. Again, it doesn't take me very long. So if we meet tomorrow, I can let you know what's up with them that night, let you know what parts they need, and how much it'd be to fix them. And then she responded and said, well, I don't want to paraphrase, so I'm just going to actually look at the conversation, because I don't want to, because the way she said it is really strange. So she said, I don't think I like the idea of you taking off with my vacuums and not knowing where they are. I'll pass. I'll find someone else to look at them. And I went to go respond. I was like, I understand. If you would like, I can offer you a donor machine, so that way you have a vacuum to use while I diagnose and work on your other machines. And the message wouldn't send. This was less than a minute after she sent this. And I was like, that's strange. And then I went to go click on her profile, and it wouldn't load the page. And so I went back, and it said, and I tried to send it again, and it said message failed to send. And I was like, what? Turns out she blocked me, because that's the only way that would really happen, is if she blocked me. So I guess, so because I didn't want to give her my address, which is perfectly reasonable in my eyes, because I made the cardinal sin of not being able to afford a shop in today's day and age. Apparently it's unreasonable that I didn't want to give her my address. And she got so frustrated with just the idea that I would she is so frustrated with even the idea that I would not give her my address, and that she wouldn't know where her vacuums were, even though she has, she has my messenger. I even would have offered to give her a phone number if she wanted, because I have a business phone number. But I didn't even get that far. So I guess I'm unreasonable for wanting to give out my address, but also I'm going to steal someone's broken vacuum. This isn't the first time this happened. This is the only other time this happened was the girl who bought the Dyson DC07 all floors, where she said she only wanted to trade in her Hoover towards the Dyson when I didn't want it, because even when I offered to fix it for her for free, she said, well, how do I know you're going to give it back to me? Like I'm going to steal her broken vacuum cleaner. I don't understand. Like, you were prepared to buy a vacuum off of me. So if you didn't trust me to give you a working vacuum, or so if you did trust me to give you a working vacuum and meet somewhere for it, presumably, then how? I don't understand. I just don't understand it. Like, is this something where my autism just isn't, like, is this a problem where vacuum technicians are stealing customers' broken vacuums? Especially since the vast majority of people these days have power forces and wind tunnels, like nothing expensive. I still don't know what vacuum she had. She never told me. And so I'm going to assume that she probably had a vacuum similar to the one she was trying to buy, which is just a Bissell Power Force. Did she really think that I was going to steal her broken Power Force that at most in its condition would be worth $5-10? Even if she had two of them, which she did, but what, I'm going to steal $10 worth of vacuums? I don't. And again, if this is why I offer people donor machines, so that way it's really giving them the opportunity to run off with the donor machine and leave me broken junk. But I still do that because I want people to, I want people to trust me. I want people to be happy with the work that I do, and I want to I want to provide a service that actually seems professional enough to the point where you overlook the fact that I don't have a retail storefront. But I didn't even get that far in this exchange. I totally understand if she was like, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable doing that Is there any way that you could assure me that you would bring the vacuums back, or that I could make sure that you're not going to, keep them? To which I would then respond and say, here's my business phone number so you can get a hold of me, and here's a donor vacuum that is fully working that you can use while I fix your other two. I feel like for most people that'd be perfectly sufficient, but I didn't even get to that point. For some reason, the fact that I wouldn't give her my address, she immediately assumed malice, immediately got an attitude with me, and immediately started accusing me of stealing her vacuums, of attempting to steal her broken vacuums. When she can see on my profile that I've been selling vacuums on my marketplace for 5 years in a row. And so if you say my name anywhere in town, like, everyone knows that I'm the guy who fixes vacuums at this point. So I'm not gonna say that's blowing a lot of smoke up my ass. That's not what I mean. Point is that since there is nobody else who really does this that I'm aware of, at least, I'm probably the default. So, I have a lot of repeat customers that I have had great experiences with. So, I don't know. And I remember telling one of my coworkers about this because it happened while I was at work. And I was like, I'm not offended or anything. Like, this doesn't bother me. Like, I was offering to give her a really good deal on fixing her vacuums. And she decided to pass it up for some reason. I don't know if maybe it's because she was originally said she was out of town, that she's worried that would complicate the process. But again, she originally offered to buy a vacuum in the first place. So I could totally understand. I would 100% understand if she was like, look, I'm not really comfortable. It's like, I understand you probably are fine, but I'm just a little hesitant, especially since, I'm not from around here. So I prefer to just buy a machine instead, if that's okay. Because obviously that was the initial point. So for some reason, me offering to fix her machines for a good price drove her away and apparently cost me a sale. But I'm not bothered. It just seems quite strange, and I don't know. But if you're gonna react that much to something that basic, then I feel like I probably dodged a bullet anyways. I'm disappointed I couldn't help her out, but so be it. She doesn't want the help, so it's not my business to provide it. But thankfully, I've been around the block long enough that it doesn't bother me at all anymore. Like, I'm not offended or anything. It doesn't bother me. It's just like, well, okay, that's unfortunate. I kind of laughed. I was like, wow, this is the first time, I've never had someone actually. Not that I can remember. I don't remember anyone actually blocking me before. Normally it's the other way around. Normally it's people will buy a vacuum, break it themselves, and then they won't leave me alone because they want their money back because they wanted to rent a vacuum from me for a weekend while they go buy a new one. As happened with a Shark Power Lift Away and a Dyson DC-15 of all things. So, whatever. Anyways, I probably missed a lot of chats because of that little story. But anyways, let's see. Let me scroll up. Every Bissell redesign starts with a clean view. That's mostly true, yeah. They need to put a fucking stretch hose on the Helix. Agreed. But to me, there's just no reason to buy the Helix because literally you get the stretch hose, a longer cord, and a shitty but albeit good turbo brush, and a proper dual cyclonic cassette for $9 more. Just get the friggin' turbo. There's no reason to get the Helix. You're actually like, okay, I'm not going to say you're an idiot if you buy the Helix, but you're an idiot if you buy the Helix. Unless you specifically want the Helix, if you're just trying to buy a good vacuum, there's no reason not to get the turbo. Unless maybe you're allergic to the color red, in which case Bissell can come out with some other damn colors for once. I really wish they did. And if they come out with a turbo in a few different colors like they used to, that'd be kind of nice. If they made like a turquoisey turbo, I'd snap it up. Like, remember that one? I bought it brand new a while ago, but remember that like one color of the compact that I bought brand new like 5 years ago or like 3 years ago. It was that like palish turquoisey color. If they made that in a turbo, that'd be pretty nice. Anyways. Like, keep a 12-amp motor, headlight, everything else on the old Brits, find a way to improve it so they still get the older OG Bissells. Don't bother. Just get the big green. There's not really any reason to chastise Bissell for discontinuing it, because the big green and the Sanitaire still exist, and they're still great vacuums. And they're better than what the original Power Forces were. In every way. Unless you're comparing it to a 3522, in which case, yeah, you don't have the bag check indicator or the headlight, but you have a better hose. You have a better motor, in my opinion. The 10 amp motor was the best motor Bissell made out of all 3 versions. Don't at me. The 2nd gen 10 amp motor, that's the best one they made. Those things were bulletproof, and they still are. And that's why they put them on the commercial machines. At least the bagged ones, for some reason, not the bagless ones. It's quite strange. But yeah. Any suggestions on how to make my business better, and what do you do to make money? Well, I do this to make money mostly, but because my vacuum sales have been non-existent. I've been trying to sell the same 25, 30 vacuums for the last year at least. Do you want to know how many of them have actually sold? 0. None of them have sold. Not a single one. Not a single one. I have plenty of people say that they're machines that they want. I'd be like, oh, I want that Convertible Elite. Oh, I want that Shark Apex. Oh, I want that Dyson whatever, DC-14 or whatever. But is anyone actually like saying like, hey, list it so I can buy it? No. No one actually cares. So, but yeah. So I don't really have advice for you, because I've been doing this shit for almost 20 years. 17, 18 years at this point I've been doing this. And I still do not have a good answer as far as how to bring traffic to your local vacuum repair shop. Just nothing I can do. So if I can't do it, I'm not going to say if I can't do it, you can't do it. Because I also live in a rinky-dink small town. Like, my town is technically by the state considered a city, but it's not a city. Like, it's still a small town. It's not a business, it's a hobby. If you have an actual place, all I think it's just a hobby, Kenzie. Hey man, can't stay as it's bad time, but I just want to say enjoy the content. First saw your videos when I was a kid, almost about a decade ago. It was one of your early vacuum save videos. Well, that's awesome. I was going to say, it wouldn't have been that long ago. The first vacuum save video I did was in 2018, 19, I want to say. When was episode 1 of Vacuum Saved? Let me look this up. I'm pretty sure it was 2018. It was that Helix, that Kenmore, and that Hoover. I still remember it. Let me go to my playlists. Library. Nope, that's history. Oh wow, I have 9,827 liked videos, 1,029 uploads, and 632 subscriptions. Wow, that's crazy. Where your channel, playlists, and of course the one of the vacuum saved vacuum pickups. No, don't play it. I'll just scroll all the way down. Episode 1. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I was just trying to mute it. 5 years ago. August? Holy shit! What? Yo! Yo, look at this shit. August 2nd, 2018. What's today? August 2nd, 2023. Wow. Oh, that's hilarious. I did not plan that at all. That's hilarious. This video. Wait. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Vacuum Saved just had its 5th birthday. Holy shit. I am old. Wow. I had just turned 18 in this video. Wow. And now I'm 23. Wow. Shit. time flies, man. But yeah, I still remember these. You've got the Kenmore canister. I don't have any of these anymore. The 1700, that's the first gen. My feet. And oh, there was a cat right there, my neighbor's cat. And the Hoover Elite Rewind. I don't have this purple one, but I've got the more modern red and blue version. Same model though. But that's the one that Phantom Lightning had a number of years ago. Canister. Oh, did someone add timestamps to this? Because I don't remember doing all this. Testing. Most replay. What's the most replayed?
Smells bad. Oh, it's... Okay, I think it's burning through a belt right now. I think that's why.
Why is my voice up like 3 octaves? I mean, I was an adult here, but it didn't sound like I was exactly out of puberty. Oh, I guess I don't have my my face cam with the desktop set up yet on OBS. Potato! Potato! No, Potato! Come here, Potato! Oh, big stretch. Potato. Potato. He's buzzing. Potato. 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 Oh, potato. Oh, sir. What are you doing? You being a rascal? You being a rascal? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like that. Okay, you're free to go. Okay, you're free to go. You're just gonna lay on me? Yep, you're free to go. Hi, baby. Boop. Scritches. Head scritches. This little twerp is he's so dumb. He does not have the brain cell. He's just a goofy little goober. I know. You're so dumb, but I love you for some reason. You're just so tiny. You're so tiny. You are so tiny. Boop. You are so tiny. Boop. I mean, he's not gonna be tiny. Like, he's already double the size he was when we first got him like a month ago. He's already getting so big. Sir, you need to stop it. You need to stop growing. You need to stop it. You need to stop growing. You're getting too big. You have any words to say for the YouTubes? Anything to say? Don't be shy, buddy. Is that all you're wanting to say? Language. Ooh, how controversial. I know, baby. I know. I'm not sure how you're supposed to properly hold it, but ow! Damn, you got me. Yeah? Grab your face. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. All right. Yes, potato. Wow. Happy birthday to Vacuum Saved. Damn it! If I had actually knew off the top of my head what day it was, I would have made the vacuum save for today. But it's too late now. Oh well. At least we'll know that we still figured it out, even if we didn't actually post it on that day. Yes, you are, sir. You are vibrating violently. So cute. What a beautiful... Look at that little potato face. Okay. Yeah, no thoughts, head empty. He does not have the brain cell right now. But he is in lovey-dovey mode. I picked up the infamous Hoover Z400 today off Marketplace locally for $20. Hoover really was just like, yeah, this is a machine we're gonna sell, and did it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Ow, sir. My hands are not playthings. You're gonna scratch them. What kind of dog is it? Yeah, it's... I don't know. It's a really weird dog. This dog is really weird. It does work apart from what I imagine is a clog somewhere in the hose and or the filter. Yeah. You guys gotta go. How many of you are gonna say goodbye? It's always the filter. Hopefully I can take him to the vet. Get him all the shots. And it's a teacup. Really small dog, yes. Also got an O2 Kenmore Progressive Direct Drive. Yeah, I saw that. I know, baby. I know. Goodbye, Western. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Sir, don't claw my hands. I know you want to make biscuits, but I'll have to politely ask you to not make biscuits out of me, because it hurts. Ow, sir. I know, but it hurts, sir. Stop it. I know, you want to make biscuits, but you're very pointy. Ow, you're very pointy. You're very pointy. Let's see. Also, it turns out it's possible to make an electric height adjustment that doesn't involve a complicated air muscle system, which I'd imagine is more reliable. Yeah, that's true. And Burple. What do you think of the new PowerForce Helix, and how does it compare to the 2191? Well, I think I touched on this a little bit earlier in the chat, but it's exactly the same, other than the gasket, or the I just forgot what it's called. It's exactly the same, other than the squeegee on the back of the power head. So all the same complaints I have of the previous generation and of the 1700 as well are present on this unit. So the stretch hose doesn't stretch, and the cord is too short, and no proper dual cyclone. But all of those are addressed on the turbo variant, just like last gen and just like the generation before that. So just get that version whenever it comes out. So even right now, even if you have to decide between the old turbo and the new Helix, like I do at my local store, still just get the turbo. Because even the improved ability to clean floors isn't that much. You're better off just getting the turbo and then getting Abyssal Zing or something to fill the gap. Look at this. Look at this little twerp. Look at this little twerp. Boop. Look at this little guy. Look at him. There are no thoughts in that noggin. There's nothing in that head. There's nothing in there. Nothing. You better stop it. There, I got your hands. What are you gonna do now? Don't bite me. Stop it. Quit trying to claw me. Sir, you understand that I buy you food, right? I buy you food. I give you a free place to live. I just bought you treats. I just gave you a flea bath. Well, my best friend just gave you a flea bath the other day. So you don't have any bugs on you. Why must you kill me? What have I done to deserve this treatment? What have I... What? Sir! Ow! Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. What? Sir, what? Ow! Sir! No. Don't eat me. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No. 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 Stop. You're tearing up my brand new shirt. Stop it. Ow. Ma'am. Man, not ma'am. Sorry to misgender you. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No. Stop it. Boop. Ow. Stop it. Stop it. Ow. Stop it. Boop. 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 Okay, that's enough. That's enough, kitty cat. So, ow, sir. Sir. No, stop it. Stop it. I'm gonna have to ask you to politely stop. Honey bun, I love you, but you're being a brat. You understand? You're being a brat. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm sorry. Go. Go. Alrighty. Oh, that was loud. I'm sorry. Alrighty. Let me turn this down a little bit, maybe. Hello. Let me turn the mic audio. There we go. We'll turn the mic audio down a little bit. So. Okay, that's better. You plan on getting another Thunder? We'll see. Not really. Also, it turns out there actually is a 9. I better not say anything because I really want it, but I don't have the money right now because I had to fix my car. God damn it! I sent an offer of $200 to someone on eBay for some vacuum, but I have not heard back, and the offer is probably going to expire. But yeah. I heard they were heavy, but you're really not prepared for it. They don't look like they'd be as heavy as they are. Yeah. Remove the nails? Are you suggesting I cut off my cat's fingers? I mean, he is a brat, but he's currently eating plastic. But I don't really know if I want to cut off his hands. That's kind of mean. Because declawing actually removes a portion of their bone. It's very painful for them. So you really don't want to do that. Unless you're just, I don't know. Can you review the new Surface Sense from Target, the copper one? It sounds expensive, so probably not right now. I want that vacuum that you sent an offer for that I won't mention the name of, but can't afford it. Yeah, exactly. I actually was almost... I was in a position where I was able to buy a 9-amp from somebody. But after them making me wait for 6 months, the asshole had the audacity to tell me to not... To basically that he said he was no longer able to do it via Marketplace and that he would only send the vacuum if I sent him a check. And I was like, I don't have a checkbook. And he's like, well, then you don't want the vacuum. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been trying to buy this for the last year. And he just blew up on me. He's like, you're a scammer and all this. And I'm like, why are you calling me a scammer? I'm trying to buy the vacuum on Marketplace like we said. And he's like, well, now if you want it, it's 3 times the price for both of these vacuums. And I'm like, I mean, okay, whatever. Can I at least just get the one? And he's like, no, you have to buy both of them. And you have to buy them for $600. I'm like, dipshit, I don't have $600. You told me $200. And he's like, well, the price has gone up. I'm like, that's not how that works. I was like, I'm still offering to buy it for the price that we agreed on months ago. You've been making me wait this whole time. And now you're gonna tell me that the price is different when I'm literally have the cash in hand, not cash, but when I have the money. And I tried to, in the nicest way possible, say you're a fucking idiot. I didn't want to say that, but that's basically what I was trying to say. Like, explain the logic to me here of why you would try to extort more money out of me after you made me wait. It really seems like you're trying to get me to be desperate enough to give you the money without giving you a second thought, so you can run off with it and not deliver my vacuum. That's what I think is going on here. Because I'm not driving up to Wisconsin. To get your two fucking shitty Phantoms that clearly have been rotting in a storage unit for 30 years. I didn't say any of this stuff to him. And then conversation ended. I moved on with life. 3 years later, someone in one of the vacuum groups say, "Hey, what seller should I stay away from?" I was like, I didn't have a good experience with this guy. He, I was about to buy a vacuum from him, but he ghosted me for a while, and then whenever he tried to sell it to me, and whenever he finally responded, he tried to get 3 times the price out of it when I was literally about to pay for it. He refused to sell me the machine unless it was both for an inflated price, and if I bought both of them, and if I bought it in a way that wouldn't allow any sort of tracking or buyer protection. And then whenever I declined, he started cursing me out and using a lot of profanity and being very vulgar for no reason. And I didn't even say he was a piece of shit or anything. I just said he was very unprofessional. I wouldn't recommend dealing with him because he's not very pleasant to deal with. And somehow, within a minute of me posting that, the dude was stalking the fucking group because I didn't tag him or nothing. He's like, you have 24 hours to delete this shit or else I'm going to go after you legally. And he's like, you're a piece of shit. He's just going after me. Like, I'm literally in Kansas City getting ready for my cousin's wedding, and the dude's blowing up my phone, calling me, saying, "You bitch, answer the fucking phone." And I'm just like, dude, what is your problem? I'm like, this was done years ago. Like, why are you bringing this up now? I was like, what out of any of this is supposed to incentivize me to change the way that I described? You're only proving my point. It's Michael Balda. He's like, you're only proving my point. You're just being massively inappropriate and unprofessional for no reason. Like you're acting like a child throwing a temper tantrum. You're supposed to be a grown man, and you're shouting obscenities and trying to like force me to get on a call with you so you can yell at me or whatever. Like this isn't healthy. It's a vacuum cleaner. And I said, I was like, dude, you're only proving my point, because if you truly were a legitimate seller who had a good record, then you wouldn't be reacting this way. You would not. You're clearly upset because you've been mildly called out on your bullshit by someone who isn't fooled by stupid shit. So take the L and move the fuck on. I don't care. You're not getting a penny out of me. You're not going to get an apology from me. Move on. And finally, the damn dude just like, I finally just like, he just kept getting more and more angry. And I was like, I'm not going to be responsible for this dude fucking blowing up. So I just stopped responding. I ghosted him. I was like, I'm not engaging with this shit anymore. I don't need to be doing this shit. This is not relevant. It's not healthy. So yeah, don't buy from Michael Balda, or Balda, however you pronounce his name. I don't give a shit. Like, does he really think he's gonna go after me legally because I told people not to buy from him? Like, don't give him shit or anything. But it's like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's all there is to it. I've had a lot of people where I've dealt with them and it's been a very pleasant experience. And I've had some people that I've dealt with where we just couldn't make out a deal, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't have any respect for people that blatantly try to scam people and are just, especially when they're just so bad at it that they just get defensive. And it's like, because there's no scenario I can possibly think of where a transaction that falls through devolves in such chaos. I never called him names. I never said anything. I just simply declined to go along with what he was doing. I said I want to stick to the original terms that we agreed 2 months ago. You know, I'm prepared to buy the machine. I'm prepared if you want to list the machine on if you want to list the machines on Marketplace, I'll give you the money. I'll pay you via Facebook Marketplace. I'll pay for the shipping, obviously, whenever you set up the listing. Just, I was like, I'm trying to buy these right now. Like, you're just, I don't know why you would. I mean, I get it. If you decide you want more, if you decide you want more money, then I guess whatever. That's obviously, you know, it's not really a professional thing to do when you already have a deal set up with somebody, but it's ultimately your decision. You know, it's, if you want to do that, go ahead, but you don't get to them. But you don't get to then get mad at somebody because you couldn't force them to go along with your demands to get 3 times the price for the same machines, when frankly, if anything, like, if the price is going to adjust in either direction, you should, if anything, I should get a discount for how long I've been waiting. But that's not how that works. I didn't expect a discount or anything. I expected to pay $200 plus shipping for both machines because that's what I was told was the price. So, and one of them was a 9-amp Phantom Domestic, a 9-amp. So I really wanted that one. And at the time, I didn't have a Cyclone XT, so there was also a Cyclone XT. And it's also important to note that the only sale that this person had made on Marketplace was a Phantom Fury that he had sold on Marketplace, and I know because I saw this posted all over the place, a 10-amp Phantom Fury that he had refurbished. And the person left a review because he sold them the machine and just never shipped it. At least according to the person, at least. It's possible they were dishonest, but I don't really have a reason to believe that. But this other the only review he had was 1 star from the previous person who bought a Fury on Marketplace. So when the one review is from somebody who says that they bought the machine and never received it despite them paying the money for it, why would I logically then, even if I had a checkbook, why would I send a check to fucking Wisconsin and expect vacuums in return? Like, that's delusional. That's not how it works in today's day and age. Especially when there's so many different secure ways. There's PayPal, there's Facebook Marketplace, there's eBay, there's Mercari, there's OfferUp. There are so many ways to facilitate a shipped item transaction that if someone's not willing to do any of those, don't do business with them because they're not your friend. Unless you know the person personally, then and you trust that they're going to actually send you the machine if you just send them money, then in that case, I suppose go ahead. But be careful, because there are people out there that are just going to take your money and run off with it. Because there are people that are willing to scam vacuum collectors, believe it or not. Just because it's not a brand new iPhone or whatever does not mean that it's not susceptible to scams being out there. And there's no reason there's just no reason to accept it. There's a bug on my arm. So, yeah, anyways. So let's get back to this. $300 of service cents. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I'm not doing that. 6 months. Oh, more than that, actually. It was more like 8. It was almost a year, if I remember correctly. And for the record, he didn't ghost me the entire time, but he was putting it off because he was apparently always doing something else, so there was something else that was in the way, which I get it, life happens. But that in itself wouldn't be a problem. I'm a very patient person. But it's just all those factors combined that's like, okay, dude, I don't know why you're acting so high and mighty. You haven't done anything to deserve, getting your ass kissed as a result of you trying to scam someone out of these machines and do a bait and switch. That's neither of which are cool, but especially not both of them. So yeah, and then gets mad when he gets banned from the back group. So was he actually banned from the back group? Okay, I actually didn't know that. I was hoping he was, because yeah, he's clearly very unhinged. And the crazy thing is that I'm pretty sure he's been to one of the vacuum meetup groups in the past. I think, I could be wrong, This dude who shall remain unnamed. So if that's true, then I don't know if he's just like one of those people where behind a screen he's like, more tough, like trying to act like a tough guy, but in real life he's more friendly. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to be a psychologist, but it definitely does concern me, and I would really hope that someone with that level of disability, not disability, with that level of inability to control his emotions, I would hope would not be able to be in a public position with other people that might be a little bit more vulnerable. So, yeah, so there's that. Look, I'm not gonna say anything about his mental condition or anything like that. That's not relevant. It's entirely. See, if this had just happened once, where he blew up he said a couple nasty messages, I would have easily chalked it up to maybe he just had a shitty day, and this was just the one thing that tipped him over the edge. It happens, man. I totally get it. But when it's over and over and constant and over, years later, you're still holding that grudge, that's not healthy. That can't be good for you. Be cautious and do your research. It's the only way. Amen, brother. The idea of trying to scam someone with a 25 to 30-year-old vacuum is funny at the same time because you're not casting a wide net there. Exactly. I looked him up when you told me his name, and I looked him up in the group. Yeah, because I did tell you who he was. Looked up in the group, and he was no longer a member. I don't say he wasn't there anymore. Am I still banned from the vacuum Discord? I honestly don't know. I haven't really been in it much. Especially when said grudge is a result of his own actions. Exactly. Yeah, it's not like I did anything to him. So, but yeah, so I just hope that me just even mentioning this doesn't mean because if he somehow pops up in my messages, I'm gonna be a little concerned. But I don't. I think I'm pretty sure he's let it go at this point. Because it's not exactly especially he knows who I am at this point, so it's not like it'd be very smart to go after someone with a very obvious platform. So it's not a very, trying to scam me, it's not going to get you very far. What is little man doing? Sir, what are you doing? You being a crackhead. Little man's being a brat, as per usual. Then he's creepy, yeah. Don't have a message from him yet, so hopefully I never will. If he does, I'm just going to block him. I don't usually block people unless I absolutely need to, but, yeah. He's still in my not recent messages, but once in a while it still shows him being online or something. So, but yeah. Not afraid to use that block button. Let's see. I used to be the kind of person where I was like, I don't block people unless they absolutely give me a reason to. I mean, I still kind of am. I'm not gonna block someone, but if they don't leave me alone, and I told them to leave me alone, then I'll block them. But thankfully, that doesn't happen very often. In fact, it's only happened a couple times. So, let's see. I would have called police for harassment on that guy. I'm not worried. Well, there was also a guy, there was another collector that I've talked to a couple times, where I told the story when I got that DC-14 low reach of the dude from Alabama, who he deleted the what happened? I'm trying to remember what happened. So what happened was, it was some sort of issue where I bought the machine, and then he canceled the order he shipped out the vacuum, but then canceled the order for some reason. So it refunded me. It showed as refunded, but I didn't have the money on my card yet. So he was trying to get me to pay him for the vacuum that I'd already paid for. And I told him, it's like, I'm sorry for the confusion, but the second the money hits my account, I'll send it back. And he's like, no, you have to pay me now. And I'm like, dude, I don't have the friggin' money. It's still in limbo. Like, I don't have money to buy this vacuum twice. You know, obviously, when a refund is sent to a card, it takes several days. And he's like, you're scamming me. And someone else tried to say, oh, you're scamming him by not sending him the money if you kept the machine and didn't pay him. And I'm like, that's not what happened. I was like, I already paid for the machine. The dude apparently canceled the order, but OfferUp stepped in and said, we'll fix it. And in the end, the order actually did go through. So had I actually gone forward with it and sent him payment, he would have gotten paid double for that vacuum, even though in addition to him trying to do that, the vacuum arrived broken. The damn motor assembly was split in half. And there were pieces actually missing, like not like in the box, like got damaged during shipping. Like the dude packed it very well. It was just very obviously broken. And so it was, which is why he tried to get me to pay, like, again, common sense. He knew it was broken. He knew that he wasn't going to be able to pull off it getting scammed during, or the idea of it getting broken during shipping, because the broken pieces weren't in the box. So here's what actually happened, because I have common sense and I have some amount of detective skills from watching Monk and Psych since I was little. So this dude sells me a vacuum. I buy it. He thinks I'm some dumbass like soccer mom who doesn't know what she's doing. No offense to soccer moms, but this is what's going through the guy's head, because you know he's probably a troglodyte. But anyways, so he checks my profile after I pay for it and after he ships it, realizes I'm a vacuum repair technician, realizes that I'm not going to fall for any stupid bullshit about the machine getting damaged during shipping or whatever, so he cancels it and tries to get me to pay on a different platform so I don't notice, so that way even if I get a refund through OfferUp, he still gets to keep my money at least once over for the damaged machine. That's what he was trying to do. And I wasn't mean to him, I wasn't upset. I just said, look, I understand, you know, I promise, you have my word, that when this machine arrives, that one or two things will happen. Once I get the refund from OfferUp and it actually hits my account, I will purchase the machine again, so that way you get the money. But he tried to get me to pay double. And then someone said, "Oh, you'd be scamming him because you didn't." To me, it sounded like they were interpreting it as this dude did not have his money yet, and that somehow I was withholding the money from him. It's not. It was OfferUp doing it. It wasn't me. So he was saying I had to pay him for it because even though I paid it for it and the money wasn't in my account, was not in my account. I should clarify. I should be very clear that I'd be scamming him for him not getting the money, even though it's OfferUp holding the money. So, dude freaks out. I tell him, I'm like, dude, just be patient. I reached out to OfferUp. They said you'll be getting the money soon. And he said, he's like, I got your address. I know where you live. I'm going to come beat the shit out of you. And I'm like, dude, come on. I was like, really? You're a grown man with probably a wife and kids and a 9-to-5 job. And you're going to drive up to Illinois to what? Assault some kid over a broken vacuum cleaner? Get your fucking life together, dude. That's what I told him. And he was real quiet after that. Because it's true. I'm like, dude. I was like, dude, you're not gonna pull the wool over my eyes. So, because I told him, I was like, you're not, like, I'm not fucking stupid, dude. Like, you can pretend like I'm stupid. You can believe I'm stupid. That's totally fine. I mean, you're from Alabama. I don't really know what leg you have to stand on there. But, hey, no disrespect to people from Alabama, by the way. I love you guys, but it's like that Trump thing. When Alabama sends its people, they're not sending their best. But anyways, so for some reason the chat just died, and I don't know why. Where's this? Please tell me the stream is still working. Yeah, okay, good, it is. For some reason the chat just died, and I don't know why. But yeah. Speaking of 9 amp Phantoms, there was one on the side of an auction house a couple months ago back they wouldn't ship. It was an Iowa something. So here's the funny thing. I actually bought a 9 amp Phantom on HiBid, that place that everyone keeps telling me to go on, HiBid. And I bid on it. I set up an account. I bid on it. I won it. I got the email saying I won. And then I tried to click on it. There was no contact information. So, like, how to contact them and figure out shipping or even figure out pickup or anything like that. I think it was in Nebraska. And then I went to my HiBid account, and it wasn't there. It wasn't in my history. My bids weren't there. It just disappeared. And I was like... So I hadn't paid for it yet, per se. They had my card on file, but I hadn't paid for it yet. I literally won the auction. It was like $3 or something like that. And it had in the description, like, hey, if you need shipping, contact us after you win the auction to arrange shipping. But there was no contact information. I looked up and down the website. I looked up and down the page. I looked up and down the emails that I was sent. There was nothing. So, and then the emails that I were sent that were from HiBid had the thing where it's like, don't reply to this email. It doesn't go to anyone's actual inbox. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? And so I never got it. I don't know what happened. I tried to buy it. Like, I won the auction. I tried to pay for it and pay for shipping. It wasn't there. It's like it just disappeared. I can only assume that what happened is maybe the person who had the auction set up, I assume the email that I got sent was automated. Maybe they saw the email was sent. They saw that it was sold for only $1. Maybe they also saw that I was based out of Illinois. I don't know if you can see that. But they saw that either way, they saw that it only sold for like $1 or $3 or whatever, and they probably deleted it. That's the only thing I can think of, because there was nothing. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, so many people have used this website. It has to be somewhat intuitive, right? But I couldn't friggin' figure it out. So I didn't pay for it, obviously. I didn't get that far. But I won a 9 amp Phantom. And I never was able to get it. I was never able to buy it. I was never able to pay for it. It's just gone. So clearly I have bad luck with 9 amp Phantoms. So I don't understand what the deal is there. Hello. You got off work at midnight?
I closed tonight.
Oh, wow. You okay?
It sucked ass.
It sucked ass, yeah.
Jordan's coming back over. She's been over a lot. If I have to pay more because she uses the driveway, let me know.
I don't give a shit.
Okay. I was like, she's been over here just about every fucking night. It's probably going to be that way for a little bit. We're so used to fucking sleeping together.
Yeah?
I tried to take a nap today and I couldn't fucking do it. I was like, you need to come here. She was in the bathroom. I was like, I need a nap.
Why don't you just get married and move out already?
Well, we're looking for a place.
I know, yeah. I'm just giving you shit.
Her and her grandma are trying to get a place, and her grandma's going through that surgery, and she's going to be out for several weeks now.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if me and her are going to try to find a place and then move her grandma in, or...
I thought she lived in, like, West Virginia or something.
Her grandma does. Her grandma's in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus?
Yeah.
But she's wanting to move closer?
She's wanting to move into near Decatur.
Near Decatur.
To be close to her children.
Why would anyone move to Decatur?
I don't know this fucking place.
Yeah, I mean, no, you don't owe me another cent. I would much rather you put whatever little. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you have extra money to contribute, instead of giving it to me, put it in a savings account.
Yeah.
Save it for when you guys get a place, because you're gonna need a lot of money to get started.
She's got money for a down payment.
Yeah, because I'm trying to look for a place, considering this place is no longer fucking worth it anymore,
Right.
and I can't find anything that's not several $100s more. Well, it's either from shady people or it's like several $100s more and requires double to move in.
Being honest, right now, don't even try unless you have like $30,000 for a down payment. Because
Well, I'm not talking about buying. I'm just talking about renting.
Yeah, no, housing is ass right now.
Oh, housing's been ass for like the past.
And that's why she's
decade.
gonna put. I think she said we have a $180,000 house we're gonna look at. That's on Lake Decatur.
COVID, yeah, COVID fucked up everything, and it sucks because
Well, for that house, they would only need 18,000 for a down payment, and then that leaves plenty for a safety net.
God, I wish I had 18,000 to move into a
But
house.
that's what we're gonna look at.
Because obviously that's my end goal, is to actually own a house now that I have semi-decent credit, but I don't have fuck all for a down payment.
Yeah.
I wish I did. Maybe someone will send me an $18,000 super chat. That probably won't happen. That'd be cool though. Even if they did, YouTube probably take like half of it anyways. But yeah, was your workday at least okay besides that?
I mean, closing's not bad. It was just I'm used to being already laying down this time. I'm fucking tired.
Well, go to bed then.
And she's got an hour drive to get here.
Okay.
Actually, are you gonna be sitting there for a little bit?
I'll let her in whenever she gets here.
Because I'm just gonna tell her you're gonna be sitting there, so let her in. Because I'm not coming back downstairs.
That's fine.
And they have me closing again Friday.
That's fine.
Tomorrow I'm going to Dad and Sons to pick up a DUI bike. I know.
Dad and Sons of all places, don't
They're
go
the
there.
only ones that sell gas bikes like that for $300.
It's not gonna work.
So that they say they test them and there's a 60-day guarantee on it.
They're full of shit.
Oh, I know, but like I know enough mechanical shit that I can make it work.
Well, I'm saying if you're gonna get a broken one, at least pay the price for a broken one.
So, but it's only $300, and then I could just work on it myself because I know how to do all that shit. I'll get it running, and that's just back and forth for a couple weeks until I have enough to buy a car.
I got my car back from the shop finally.
Yeah.
Cost me $295 in back brakes and rotors.
Yep.
So, but she's back up and running now. So there goes all my money. But yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll get back to work. Anyways.
She fucking freaked me out last night. Sorry. This morning.
Yeah.
Couldn't find Mochi when Kelsey came over this morning.
Yeah.
Couldn't find him at all.
Kelsey was over this morning?
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't notice.
Couldn't find him at all. So I called for him and I heard him meow distantly. So I'm like, oh fuck, he got in the closet. So I'm like pulling my desk out, frantically pissed off because he's stuck in the fucking closet. I ripped the door off.
You ripped the wall?
No, I ripped the door off. And I'm like, Mochi, and he's not coming. Then I hear him meow again, and he sounds like he's in the other wall. I'm like, what the fuck? So after like 45 minutes,
Dude's
going back
living
and
in the
forth,
fucking walls.
Going 45 minutes going back and forth, motherfucker climbs out of my suitcase.
He was in your
I was
suitcase.
mad as hell.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Me and Jordan were both freaking out. Yeah, I ripped ass, sorry.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? You fucking asshole. Go get me some fucking Febreze.
That means I gotta poop.
Go get me some fucking Febreze.
I've been doing that work all night.
Oh.
Also, she might take a shower tonight.
Now your rent's going up.
You don't care, do you?
What?
That she takes a shower?
No.
Alright.
She's welcome anytime.
I know, she's fucking awesome.
No, she can piss in our sink for all I care. I don't give a shit.
She's awesome. I'm gonna leave you alone though.
All right. See ya. Jesus Christ. Let's see. What did I miss? My spouse is from Tennessee and he agreed. What did I just... What? Oh, Death Threat's my favorite. What happened? Why is Deuce Childish? I bet that was the one. I'm doing a yard sale this week. Maybe it was a ghost. I asked them before the end of the auction about shipping, and they said they wouldn't ship something that size. I'm assuming it's the same one. I can give you the email if I still have it. I'll do it. Yeah, that's probably not. Yeah. Okay, no, keep time to do so 352 Michigan has down payment assistance up to 10K. I don't know if Illinois is something like similar. They do. They do. And the thing is that my fiance gets an inheritance when he turns 30, which is 6 years from now. So it is. So we could theoretically get, you know, especially because I have good credit now. I have great rental history. Theoretically, we could get a loan for a down payment, start paying off the house. My mortgage would probably be about the same as what this shitty house is. And then let the inheritance build up and then just pay off a nasty chunk of the mortgage and get it down super low. If that's how that works. I actually don't know that's how that works. See, I actually I don't know a lot about the concept of owning houses because my dad, I don't think has ever owned a house. He rents the place he lives in right now, which is nicer I mean, you guys have seen it. It's nicer than this place. And he now spends less, way less, and it's never gone up. He's been renting it since 2017. Anyways, so not the point. So my mom, however, has bought houses, but it's crazy. Neither of my parents own. They both rent. They both rent basically apartments, like house-sized apartments, essentially. Actually, no, my mother lives in a much smaller place now. But of course, she's an empty nester, so she's able to downsize. Same with my dad. But I'm trying to get a nice... and then both my brothers also live in apartments, like really small, like 2-bedroom apartments. And then, so I still technically have, in terms of size, the nicest house out of anyone in my immediate family, but the quality is just really bad. So, because I'm not at all trying to sound ungrateful, I'm very thankful for you guys for the fact that my rent going up $150 was not like a death sentence. It was just a really annoying inconvenience. Like, it's a stretch, but I can afford it. I can't really I can pay I can't afford it, but I can pay for it, you know? Like, the previous amount of rent I could afford, because they say you can't afford something unless you can buy 2 of it. And I can't afford, you know, what's 850 times 2? That's like $1,900? No, 1,700. Fucking math. It doesn't matter. It's money. So I can pay for it, but I can't afford it per se. And that was this month where I actually made a good amount on YouTube, like almost the most I've ever made, like legitimately. And I still, with my car being broke, like was this close to not being able to pay for it. Technically, I'm not able to pay for it. I had to put it on my credit card, which of course I'll be able to pay that off throughout the month. But still, that's scary because next month I know I'm not gonna make nearly as much. I'm gonna make like probably $500-$600 less, and that's a big fucking jump. So yeah, I mean, I'll manage though. At least my fucking electricity bill is $450. But yeah, so not buying any expensive vacuums this month. The only vacuum I bought this month is literally $20. So that's, you know, what are you gonna say? Or, you know, it's not like that's really make or break. Your payment doesn't go down until you pay it off or refinance. See, I don't know how this shit works. Show the soften light. Oh, it's actually right here. Oh, that's probably why you mentioned that. You know, I normally don't like it when people say to show off vacuums, but I like you, Rick, so I'll do it. I haven't done any work to this. This is the one that I bought on Marketplace 3 years ago, I want to say. Yeah, 3 years ago. It was at the old house, so 3 years ago. And I haven't done anything to it other than wiped it down. It still has its original belt on it, original to me. It still has some hair on the brush. It's still a little bit dusty on the inside, but it's acceptable, you know. I put a new bag in it. I vacuumed out the outer bag so I could use it and not be too worried about it putting dust everywhere. I mean, it's an Elite, so it's going to put dust anywhere, and I don't have HEPA bags that fit properly. So I have a shit ton of Type A paper bags, though, but I don't know if I really want to run those. Maybe it'd be fine if I just change it more often. I don't friggin' know. Yeah. I had a best powerful bags, had to be sold. It's really freaking weird because we really just got that thing. Got some random people just want it. The loan is nice because you don't have to pay it off until you either sell the house or pay the mortgage off. Well, that's good. And my goal, see, here's what the original plan was, like 2 years ago. The original plan, and this is assume everything fell into place, because it's possible that he would have just straight up said no. But because the landlord said that he said that he was never going to raise rent, which was not true. He said he was never going to raise rent, and he said that he wasn't planning on keeping the house anyways. So what I figured is we'd rent it for a certain amount of time, save up some money, and then maybe be able to buy it for a reasonable price, and then, you know, do some get a homeowner's loan, do some renovations to it, make it up really nice, and then sell it off and upgrade. You know, this would all be like over like a decade-long process, but, you know, still, it'd be a nice way to get my dream home that way. But yeah, that plan is shattered. So, yeah. So, yeah. But hey, I need to get to bed. Have a good night, Chance. Yeah, you too. You have a great night. Maybe we can talk sometime tomorrow or something. I don't know, whenever you have a free chance. Or a free moment, I should say. You can cover your ass enough to get by, basically. Yeah, precisely. I'd rather own than rent. Owning a house means you have something to fall back on. If you buy a house, your money's not going anywhere, especially if the property value goes up. See, that's so true. I was very shocked when I saw the statistics that, like, only 36% of people rent their house, and I was like, there's no fucking way that number's not twice that. I was like, I don't know anybody that owns their house. Nobody my age is anywhere close to owning a house. Not even close. And I know people who were my age 20 years ago that owned a fucking house. Our generation is fucked. Sir, go. Are they allergen type A's? I don't remember. I think some of them are, yeah. Most of them, they're the genuine Hoover allergen type A's. I think I have to look and see, because it's similar to the Kenmore quickly and I when I was a kid. The white bass on the curb line. Chance, do you have to move? No, not right now. I can't. Even if I wanted to, I want to, but I freaking can't. I can't afford it. And all the places that rent right now are just either from shady people or they're not in this town. There's a bigger city that's up north where places are the same price as what I'm paying here. A much bigger city with more opportunities, especially for my fiance who has a degree that he could probably use. I just don't want to leave the shop that I work at. Not a vacuum shop. That's not a vacuum shop, but it's, still. God has a path carved for you. I hope so. I mean, guys, I'll tell you the truth, and I mean this in the best way possible. The last 2 months maybe have been probably some of the worst 2 months I've had in years. But at the same time, it's been the worst 2 months, and I'm still doing pretty good. And I'm not saying that as a means of, like bragging or anything. I'm just genuinely thankful that I'm in this position where even the shittiest months, I'm still okay at least. And that's thanks to you guys. I mean, you guys keep me going. You really do. So if you support this channel, either just by watching or especially if you promote the channel, if you tell people about it, or if you subscribe, if you share the video, whatever you do, if you interact with this channel in some way, pat yourself on the back because you fucking deserve it. You really do. And I can't thank you enough. I really can't. Not to get all emotional and shit, but it's hard out there, man. And this isn't even a big channel. Like, I can't imagine, like, maybe maybe sometime in the future we'll get much bigger, and maybe I'll have even a bit more of a net. So I appreciate that, and I'm obviously making sure to do my part as well. You know, putting out polls and stuff. I love the fact that YouTube's adding a lot more community interaction, because I fucking hate Twitter, or excuse me, X. I hate X. It's fucking Twitter. Yeah, I'm pro trans people changing their names. I am anti shitty companies run by 12-year-old spoiled brats changing their names. So yeah, I will always misgender Twitter as far as I'm concerned. What is X? X is the new name for Twitter. Yeah, Twitter, the platform formerly known as Twitter, is now called just X, because Elon Musk is a child. But yeah. Anyways, not the point. So let me know what. I'll put up some more polls so we can figure out what you guys want to see next. I have the review for the Power Force Helix already recorded. The phone ran out of storage at one point, so I had to do the rest of it separately. I have to clip them together, add a watermark and everything. Not a lot of editing, but I have to do that before I upload it. Tomorrow's video will be the Missile Liftoff Revolution Pet, after I have it all refurbished and cleaned up and fitted with at least a new filter. I gotta find my other pack of filters, but the current ones were salvageable, at least, until, for now at least. So, yeah. At some point in the future will be the 35 Duty-5. I have the 3525 on the way, so when that comes, I'll probably just do a video on both. I already did a video on this several times actually. Compare the two and see what the differences are, and, go from there. So, yeah. I will see you guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It's 12:26. We'll run for 4 more minutes. We'll run until we hit 12:30 Central Time. Sir, what are you doing? He's tearing up something. I just know it. I can hear him. He's being a nuisance. Sir, what are you doing? I can't see him, but I can hear him. Because Elon, yeah. What is the update on the DC-04 Silver Lime? Well, I was planning on getting the DC-04 Silver Lime because I was planning on getting it and a DC-03 from Nathan, from Vacuum Level 1. And then I've been having issues with my car because it gets driven a lot. I had some issues with my car and some other stuff, so I had to put it off for a little bit, and he was probably upset. I got the vibe that he was upset with me. He didn't say he was, but that was just kind of the feeling I got, since I wasn't able to get them right then and there. Because originally he was gonna sell me both, and then he backed out on the DC-03, which I understood. I was like, that's totally fine, but if you sell it, if you sell in the future, just let me know and I'll grab it. And so then like the next month, I said at the time, next month I plan on if I'm able to, I'll get the DC-04. And then he asked me about it whenever that next month happened. I didn't have the money to get it because of everything just kind of falling apart. And so he was like, hi buddy. Oh, I'm sorry. Set you down. So I forgot exactly what the timeline was, but so he seemed like he was upset. He seemed like he was upset with me for not being able to get it right then and there. And then so he posted it and then he posted the DC-03 for sale. And I was like, and I was kind of confused because I was like, that's what I was supposed to get in the first place. So I assumed, since I wasn't able to get the 04 at the time, that I assumed he just didn't want to sell to me anymore. And then at the time, he decided to sell the DC-03, you know, after I just said I couldn't get it, but I would have gotten it earlier when I had the money, but, and I assume he's probably sold both of them since. And, so, I'm quite disappointed because I really wanted those machines, but I've just been having such bad financial luck the last couple months that it would probably be a while before I'd be able to, especially now with my rent going up, it's fucking annoying. So I'm probably gonna have to miss out on 2 machines I desperately want and aren't really gonna be able to get anywhere else, because I just don't have enough money, and he wants a lot of money for them, which is understandable because they're worth a lot, but it's just kind of sad, and I can tell he's upset with me for not getting them. You know, because he just doesn't talk to me anymore for whatever reason. So I'm kind of disappointed about that. But whatever. So I was planning on getting a DC-03 and a DC-04, but life got in the way, and I don't think I'll be able to get those because he's definitely, I haven't checked, but he's definitely sold them by now. Because I mean, anytime one of those pops up in the States, it happens very often. Chance to up my Phantom Thunder, not for, I don't have $200, so no. I'm also not sure why you're offering me your Phantom Thunder after you said that I was hoarding Phantoms, but whatever. Because you said previously that you were mad at me and that I forgot, you called me some sort of name, I forgot what it was, for hoarding Phantoms. But then, you know, multiple times you've offered to sell me Phantoms, which is quite strange. So I'm not sure which it is, but yeah. I never said I was mad. No, you're not mad. Sir, what are you doing? What's wrong, Bubby? What's wrong, Bubby? What's wrong? Cat. Anyways, let's here, come on, Bubby, go away. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to do this right now. So, I'm actually gonna grab, I guess we'll end this with something. Sir, no! Go this way. Go that way. Go. Go. Don't look at my hand. Go. No, sir. No. No. Go over there. Go bother other dad. He just sneezed. Oh my god. You little sneezy bubby. Damn it. Fucking shit. Hug the goober. Yes, good goober. Ah, scratch that over. that damn song go? Nope, that's not how it goes at all. My brain is friggin' cooked. As hot as a flame that burned here before me. I've been flicking through all your moments and tearing out memories. How long can you carry this note? How low can you keep digging this hole until we come out on the other side? Nope, that's shit. Let's not do that. That's terrible. Fuck that. Terrible. Whatever, I can't figure this shit out. But if you want to see me try to mess up more music, I'll be streaming on my music channel, which actually you guys don't even know about yet, so I guess good luck finding it. Haha. Anyways, this is Inteltech Studios signing out to see you guys in the next video, which will be tomorrow, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Have a good one. Peace.